Welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, the totally awesome, the totally new Dr. Yukon Suckit. Yes, that's right. That's my given name. If you happen to like this video, I would appreciate it if you can give it a big thumbs up. And if I could also prevail upon you to subscribe to this channel, it will help me a lot more than you know. So anyways, let's move on to today's deck in question. So today we are looking at a current example of Simic Ramp. Currently I picked this up over at Untapped GG. It's rolling around with a 54.4% win rate, which is actually pretty good. So let's take a look what's in there and then we'll give it a shot. On the low end, we've got Fading Hope, which bounces creatures back to their owner's hands. I'm actually quite surprised at the number of times I use these cards to save my own creatures. But that, you could do lots of things with them. We got Lotus Cobra, who can help to get bigger and better things quicker. We got Tangled Florahedron, which can either be a land or it could be a creature, which also acts as a land, which is nice. There's a lot of mana associated with this particular card. We've got the Careful Cultivation. So this card is an aura, which enchanted creature or artifact, as long as the enchanted creature is a creature, it gets +1/+3 and has reach and you could tap it for 2 green mana. So why would you want to put it on? Oh, but if you put it onto an artifact, then what? It's nothing? I don't know. So otherwise you can use it for its channel ability, in which case then you can use it to create a 1/1 green human monk that acts like a mana elf, right? So that seems to be pretty common in the Kamigawa set, is creating these mana monks. We got Kazandu Mammoth. I just will call it Mammoth, right? And this one can be a land, or it can become a 3/3 Mammoth who has landfall, which means that whenever a land enters the battlefield under our control, this Mammoth will get +2/+2 until the end of the turn. We got Esika's Chariot, and when that comes into play, you create 2/2 green cat tokens, and then whenever the Chariot attacks, you create a copy of a token that you control, and you crew for 4. So it means those 2 cats are enough to crew this Chariot, and it's a 4/4 by itself. And the nice thing is that if all you have are these 2 cats out, then when you attack, you copy one of those cats, so then you'll have 3 cats. But we'll see later on, there's probably some other tokens you probably want to actually do. And by the way, I hate this card because it is too good in my opinion, way too good. And so I'm looking forward to when this one's actually out of rotation or gets banned. That would be the other thing. I think it needs to go. We got Quandrix Cultivator. So this guy looks like he should be space awesome. He's like totally filled with multiple levels of mana you need to put together for this guy. He costs 4 and you get a 3/4 out of the deal. But all you get out of him is that when he enters the battlefield, you search your library for a forest or an island and you put it onto the battlefield and then you shuffle your deck. So he just goes and gets a land for you. So he's not nearly as cool as he looks like he should be. But, once he's out there, you just pretty much got a 3/4. He's not going to do anything else unless you can bounce him, which you could do with the Fading Hope, in which case you can play him again to get another land. But we have Wrenn and Seven. And this one, for its pluses, will go and look through your library for some lands, put them into your hand, put the rest into the graveyard. Then for 0, you can put any number of lands that you have in your hand into the battlefield tapped. And then there's your -3, which you're really doing with this, which is creating tree folks whose power and toughness is equal to the number of lands you control. So the more lands you put out, the more powerful those tree folks get. And those are the guys that you want to duplicate with your Esika's Chariot if you can help it. So that's your combos, Wrenn and Seven and Esika's Chariot, for making copies of really big creatures, because you're putting out a lot of lands otherwise. We got Tamiyo, the Compleated Sage. So this particular Planeswalker, let's see, +1 is you tap up to 1 target artifact or creature. It does not untap until it's a controller's next untap step. So that is, I was using this a little while ago. It was a fantastic ability because it keeps things pinned down through your turn and all of the next turn of your opponent's turn, essentially. That's a lot going on there. Let's see, the middle thing, exile target non-land permanent card with mana value of X from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of that card from your graveyard. So you can kind of take things you have in your graveyard and make copies of it. I don't know what that would be in this case. It needs to be a permanent, maybe Esika's Chariot, maybe the Mammoth. I gotta imagine that's all I'd care about. Let's see. Otherwise, you create Tamiyo's Notebook, which is an artifact. It says spells you cast cost 2 less to cast, and draw a card. So this allows you to go a little bit quicker through your library, and then you cast your spells for 2 less than they currently cast, which is pretty decent. And then at the high end here, we've got Storm the Festival, which costs 6. At which point you get to look at the top 5 cards of your library. You can put 2 permanent cards with mana value of 5 or less from amongst them into the battlefield, and you put the rest of them on the bottom of your library in random order. So what you're really hoping is you're going to land like an Esika's Chariot or the Wrenn and Seven. I mean, usually you'll even take the Quandrix Cultivator. He's not that great though, but there's not a lot of really great cards in this deck. The thing is though is that it does sort of work, so we'll see that when we play with it. We got 2 of the Hall of Storm Giants. Those guys are your beat sticks when you get to the end of the game and there's no creatures left. We got regular lands. We got a couple of bounce lands. We got a couple of disenchant lands. They take out artifacts, enchantments, and non-basic lands. Lair of the Hydra, so you got a couple of man lands there, and then some duels. So it's a nice collection of lands, really, for this deck. The only thing we don't have is any Field of Runes. And, you know, I guess you don't really need them. And we don't have anything on the sideboard. And so this is what we're playing with today. This is Simic Ramp. Let me tell you what that means. So Simic means blue and green, and Ramp means that we are ramping up our mana production very quickly at the beginning of the game. So hopefully we'll be able to do it. We'll be able to ramp up and start beating early. In this match we're playing against macwin. Mr. macwin. Alright, we got 1 mana, technically 2. Can I pull this off? No, I'm gonna mulligan. Alright, we'll take this. We'll get rid of a Wrenn and Seven. We'll start off by being able to bounce some stuff. Blue and black, that's not terribly cool. I wonder if we're playing against zombies or ninjas. Probably ninjas would be my guess. Alright, so for 2 mana I got nothing. I'll just play the slow one out. Next, okay, so in turn 3 we can play out... Oh, I could have played out a monk, I guess. I had the ability to do that if I would have played out a fast land. That would have ramped us a little bit. So I wonder if we're going to get milled. See, he's looking very roguey. Is that the rogue too? No, he's just dwarf citizen. Alright. Let's go for blue. And let's put out a monk. Well, this is a slow way to ramp up. And we're done. Next turn we'll be able to pull out the Quandrix. Or we could do Tamiyo, but I'm afraid Tamiyo would get her butt beat, which would be bad. Pass with no blocks. They're not putting anything really serious here. Take action. I'll go for Forest. And yeah, we'll all attack. That's fine. Go on in, Monk. Quai-Chain Cane. Main character of the beloved TV show Kung Fu. Okay, so I can Wrenn and Seven on the next step, putting out a tree who should have reach. Yep, with reach, which will keep Flying Boy off my butt. Yeah, that guy sucks. He's gonna grab what, a mammoth from my... What do I got here? Anything good? Oh, not Tamiyo. Yep, we're screwed. We're playing our own cards against us. I can use Tamiyo to kill Tamiyo. Oh, but I have to... No, she doesn't kill it. Just pulling it out of our graveyard ourselves. Alright, Wrenn and Seven. Nice tree folk. And no attacks. Yeah, see, this is where Tamiyo really comes in nicely, because they already got one guy that's pinned down, and now you just pin down the other guy, and there's like nothing you could do about it. And it should hold the spellbook here pretty quick. And when he attacks me again, that was weird. You can try to kill Wrenn and Seven? Yeah, you are. Okay. I guess we're going to Tamiyo the situation. So I might have to bounce back the merfolk. There's nobody for you to tap there, my friend. Okay, you're just going to keep them super tapped then. You need to counter that? There we go. I can't do any more than that. I'm all out. Doubly all out. He's stealing all of them. Ooh, if I was him, I'd steal that Wrenn and Seven. Pretty much, he's just going to be playing my deck against me. Well, regardless, you get to see how good Simic Ramp is, one way or the other. Okay, Wrenn and Seven. We're going to create up another tree folk. We're going to pin this one down. And we will take out our own Wrenn and Seven. Can't do anything about that. Yeah, we're in a losing sort of way at this point. Because, yeah, we're playing our own deck, and then he, on top of that, has his own cards. So we're at a distinct disadvantage here. The last two moves have been a little weird. I don't know why he wants a bat back so bad, unless he wants to get that lesson. Maybe so he can go get the mascot excavation. I think with what the meat he's got on the flavor on the table right now, and how did we lose? I mean, how did we win this game? I don't understand that one. That's a weird one. All right, we're playing against DrToboggan. Dr. Suckit versus DrToboggan. We got 2, 3, 4 lands. Yeah, I'll keep it. I think we can make this work. So I wonder if this is just a standard green-white enchantment deck. All right, we'll go with this, which gives us the ability to bounce. It's definitely looking, it could be all green one. All green, oh, the green-white enchantments, there we go. No blocks. Okay, we'll put out a Quandrix. I think an island would be really nice in this situation. See, I got that Fading Hope, which is going to do really well with these token, with the guys that are gaining the +1 counters. We'll bounce them back at some point, they'll lose all that progress. So I got 2 bouncers with the Kamigawa land. No blocks. All right, so we got 4. Can't play. Oh, I can play Tamiyo. We'll keep that Kami all pinned down. They come after her, we're going to have to speed bump our guys. That's not good. Yeah, that trample is going to be a serious problem. Okay, if we throw the Quandrix in front, then Tamiyo will just be down to 1. I can keep that one pinned down. Let's play at this game. We'll put down Esika's Chariot. We're going to tap this guy. Dang it, that's not what I wanted. I might have to just live it though, because I really want to bounce that guy. Yeah, I could use him. No attacks, in turn. Yeah, see, Michko's going to make up that Naturalist be super powerful again. Super powerful. That was a great use of that lizard dude. Yeah, just come in for the kill at this point. Don't even worry about Michko or about Tamiyo. Wow, I really wish I could bounce that guy now. Really? Okay. Good. No blocks. Still, he just gained 14 life out of the deal. I am really racing against that life gain at the moment. Here we go, Wrenn and Seven. Put out a tree folk. Let's ramp up by taking out, I need that guy alive. 1 and 2, submit, and attack. Not with you. No, you. And let's double up on the tree folk, and next. What are you gonna do with that dog? Bad boys, what you gonna do? Come on, sloppy Monaghan. Push the enter button. I'm gonna play with my fish. I bet you his network connection dropped. No, it looks like he's looking around. He's fine. Next. Okay, so I'm not gonna throw these guys away. They're okay as they are. Do I need another mana for some reason? Yeah, I don't. Let's put out a mana, man. And we're done. I'm happy with Michko much better. I mean, she's going to be powerful, but I think she doesn't have haste. Yeah, she's 7/7. That card is actually really good. You just have to have other creatures out. Because I played her before way too early, and then it's just all that effect is going to nowhere except for your opponent's creatures. And now we got a couple of these guys. Well, okay, so what are we going to do here? Let's land up. Not much else we could do. Nice. Put that down. What do we got? I can't even see it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. I need 10 for that. These guys are going to suck. But might as well just put him out there. And other than that, I can throw this guy out there to block something. So let's just do that. So technically, DrToboggan has the upper hand. He's got way more life, he has the ability of gaining way more life, and he's got much stronger creatures. But with any attack, I'll be able to systematically take out his dudes, so he's a little worried about that. Well, that was a lot of good stuff that did nothing. Alright, we are done. But at least I'll be able to put another tree folk on the next turn. Yeah. What do I got going on here now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Still enough for this, right? Not enough? Oh, I do. I got plenty for that. Let's see what we can get. Let's go fishing. Up to 2. What am I going to get out of this? Nothing good at all. I guess Lair of the Hydra. Let's go 1 and 2. Next combat. Wait, I could just tap this guy over here, can't I? Wait. There we go. Next to the attacker step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do it. And we're probably going to take some hits. But I got 2 giant tree folks there. Looks like I'll have to sack at least one of them. Oh, Jesus. No lands. How fantastic. What am I sending in? 1, 2, 3 of them. Yeah, I'm probably dead. I'm getting kind of tired of playing this at this point. All right, we got him down to 14, back up to 18, and we're done. Now we've got some Hydras in hand that can help us out. We've got also we've got the Storm Giant, who's a 7. Someone tells me he's scared of the 10/10 because he'll lose his lifelinker if he does it. Oh, that's not good. Yep. God, can I even kill it? Let's just get through this. Come on. I have to do 28 points, huh? Let's see, what do I got? 10 plus 6 is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 points of damage. Can't do anything about that. No blocks. I guess I could have pumped up the Storm Giant. Yeah, I was done. All right, we're playing against Deckbuilder. That is a very generic name for this game. We've got a bunch of lands. Let's keep it. Let's ramp up to something interesting. Lair of the Hydra. And we'll get out our Florahedron. We're probably just playing against a, modify white deck where we just put a bunch of tokens on creatures. Yep. Tamiyo would be really good against this deck because we'll be able to just pin down whatever creature is gaining all the tokens. It'd also be good just to kill the Luminarch Aspirant, though. No blocks. Alright, we go for 3. And we'll get out a Quandrix, which will give us... Take action. We want a Forest. So now we have 5 mana, which will get us a Tamiyo. It got us a lot of things, actually. Like we could. Oh man, double up, huh? I'm gonna say we could just Wrenn and Seven this monkey, put out Tree Folk. Alright, cool, thanks. I'm sure that was a mistake on his part. Let's see, so we got 5 mana, and we can pin down the other, so let's just do that. Alright, so we got potentially a 2, probably coming at Tamiyo. I don't care too much about it. We'll probably put out a Wrenn and Seven on the next turn. So between Wrenn and Seven and Tamiyo, hopefully we can rule this game. Deckbuilder. Well, that could potentially be 3 points of damage that someone's going to have to take. Thing is, my Tree Folk is only going to be a 4/4 unless I get another land on this next turn. Alright, Wrenn and Seven. Create the Tree Folk. We're going to pin down that guy. And no attacks. Okay, so if he sends in the Adeline, we will lose a Tree Folk to it. Hopefully he can't pump her up. I guess he does. He has a Luminarch Aspirant. Oh, that's not cool. Still at only 5 mana. Alright, who are we going to pin down here? We will pin down... Well, let's go digging for some land. I just got to get this guy up. Let's throw out a land. Now, I could always storm the festival and hope for the best. Or I could throw out an Esika's Chariot. which gives me a couple of cats. Let's just do that. Auto pay. And who are we going to pin down? Let's take out Adeline. We got 2 mana left at this point. I could put out a Mana Dude. He'd just be a speed bump. Yeah, let's just do it. And we are done. I think that's it for the Chariot. She's a 5, you can't touch her. Wow. I guess, why couldn't he have taken out the Chariot? He didn't know? Pass to blockers. Yeah, I'm cool with that. My turn. Alright, here we go. So here goes another land, which means we can now storm the festival. Let's hope we can get something good. Oh, Wrenn and Seven again. I could... What are we at? He's out of 3. I can get him out and not lose him at this point. Oh, that sucks. Alright, let's do that. Sorry, we should have played him earlier and then put him out a second time. Keep the 5. Put out a Tree Folk. Pin down. Redain. Tap. These little dudes. Submit. Oh, I should have tapped, I'm sorry, the Tree Folk. That was dumb of me. Go in for an attack. Tap into the Tree Folk there. And we're good. What would I have done? Attack with my cats? Alright, well, between Tamiyo keeping people pinned down and Wrenn and Seven throwing out some Tree Folks, we're still making a pretty good showing right here. We'll be able to pump them up by 1. Yeah, come in and attack, see what I do. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Pack the blockers. And it's my turn now. Okay, so obviously we want to keep Adeline down. We could storm again. Let's just use this guy to get his land. Nice, that was a whole bunch of good land. Let's storm the festival. Can't put another Chariot out. What did I just do? Oh. Let's keep the untapped one. Okay, that's good. We'll throw out yet another land. And let's Esika's Chariot. This guy. Okay, if you're smart, you kill the Chariot. And we win! I guess he was just tired of playing or something. Alright, so this was Simic Ramp, and it's a pretty normal Simic Ramp. And I think the two weird cards you're seeing in here, this recent is Tamiyo and this Careful Cultivation. Now, I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of the Careful Cultivation. I mean, I guess you could pump something up a little bit and give it the ability to be tap for double mana, but it seemed like you could do something much better with this spot than what this thing was doing. I mean, it was a good use of a card that you really don't see him play very much, so it was kind of fun to see it. But Tamiyo was so good with her ability to pin people down for not only your turn, but your opponent's next turn as well, which meant that usually 2 cards could be kept out of play at any particular point, giving you a lot of advantage over what was going on. I was able to take that Adeline and just pin it down. And in fact, I think in one of the games I was playing, we didn't get to Tamiyo, and it would have been so much better if we would have had her. So there are 3 of her. And this deck is all about ramp, which means we're looking for those lands, which means you're going and getting them early, pulling them out of your deck, making your deck's cards that you actually draw better because they probably won't be land cards. So your chances of getting to your Tamiyos, your Wrenn and Sevens, and your Storm the Festivals, are going to be much, much better. The Kazandu Mammoth in this last game did a fantastic job because we were able to get out there maybe 2 lands per turn, which pumped it up by 4, making them into 7 sevens, which was so good and so useful. The Esika's Chariot is a great combo with Wrenn and Seven because you're able to go ahead and copy it up to get back another Tree Folk, and those guys are getting so fat off of the lands you're laying down. Because you start ramping, that's lots of lands, which means that anything that gets bigger based on the number of lands is going to be that much bigger. And that's hard for people to deal with, especially because these guys have reach, which means they can't fly over the top of them. They will grab them right out of the air and throw them straight down. Let's see, what else can I say about that? I mean, I like the way the lands were, but you saw that we didn't really use them that often. I mean, in one game, Hollow of the Storm Giants came out at the end as that last bit of intimidation to win the game. And I think that on this one game I just let through, we could have lasted another turn if I would have used the Hollow of the Storm Giants to defend. We would have killed that lifelinker, but the big problem is that doing a good job of defending is not winning the game, and we weren't even coming in close to taking aggressive action. So it was probably fine that we lost that game. So anyways, this is Simic Ramp, and if you're looking to get to vast sources of mana quickly, this is it's probably one of the old-fashionedest ways of doing it. It's green mana grabbing that land, and Simic loves to go get land for you. So I'm going to give this particular deck, I'm going to give it an A-, right? Because it's Simic Ramp. It has, at times, it's been the best deck out there, depending upon what's going on. Right now, they've neutered it a little bit in Standard. It's not doing as great, but still it's doing really good. And the whole rampiness of it is, you could do a lot of great things to it. You just have to tweak around what your high-end cards are to your particular love. I don't think this particular blend is very competitive, but it can be a fun deck if this is the kind of stuff you like. You do a lot of strategy planning with Tamiyo and Esika's Chariot and that Wrenn and Seven. I mean, this is just a gamble card. You never know what you're going to get. But yeah, you saw that when I was playing it, it was spending all this time trying to figure out how to work those 3 cards in the right order and trying to get your armies built and protect yourselves and pin things down. It was a lot of thinking and potentially a lot of fun. So I would give a thumbs up to this deck and recommend that you try playing it sometime. And I hope you like it as much as I did. That's it for now. If you like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. See you next time. Later.